What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so once again, I'm going to commend the mainstream news and Democrats for being able to lie, just stone-faced lie to everybody, knowing that there's all this evidence to prove them wrong, and they still lie. They still continue to lie, continue to lie, continue to lie. But you know, the only argument that you may have is this.
They have relinquished their constitutional duties over to an unelected bureaucrat, someone who no one went out to vote for.
But it's not true, is it? Because we knew for a fact, the American people knew for a fact, when electing Donald Trump, that he had tapped Elon Musk, the head of Doge, to come in and clean out the corruption, or as they call it, the waste, fraud, and abuse, or whatever. Like, I call it nonsense myself. That's what I'll wrap all three of those words, fraud, waste, and abuse, up into one word called nonsense, because that's what it is. It's nothing but nonsense, nothing but left-wing causes doing this and that and this and that all over the world. When we have a crisis at home, we're spending $1.8 trillion more than what we take in revenue, and Congress, they just want to sit on their freaking hands. They can't seem to do anything about it. So we gotta take action, right? And these people are whinging, they're crying, they're just going all out on this attack on democracy, because it is an attack on democracy what they're doing, you know, filing all these lawsuits, trying to stop Trump from what he's doing. And, you know, Trump says, he said it a couple times, he's going to obey these. He's going to appeal it all the way up to the Supreme Court if he's got to. And right on, brother. Go right ahead. I would do that because, you know, since when does the executive branch not have the power over the executive branch? This is all absolutely ridiculous nonsense, if you ask me. You mean the guy that runs the country, who's in charge of all these federal agencies, can't fire people? Are you kidding me? Can't even offer them a buyout program, right? They're suing to stop this. They've stopped it. They're putting an injunction on this. He offered them 8 months of severance pay if they quit. 40-something thousand so far, at least the last time I checked, it was 40,000. It could be way higher than that. We just don't know. But, you know, offered them 8 months of severance pay if you quit. What any other place are you going to get such a deal like that? We don't want these people in the government. We need to downsize the federal workforce. The last time this was done on a widespread scale was done by Bill Clinton, as a matter of fact, as we covered in previous videos. But we've got some crackpots on TV, y'all. Just literal, just insane crackpots on TV. That's right. More MSNBC clips, y'all, because I've got a good one for you guys today. This guy just goes on a deranged rant that you're going to love. Check this out.
As soon as they can show us the billions of dollars, what Donald Trump called today a lot of billions, and Elon Musk called a trillion, as soon as they can show us any of that waste, fraud, and abuse and prove it, I will congratulate them for finding that waste, fraud, and abuse. But so far, they have found absolutely nothing, because they have produced no evidence of what they claimed they found today. They did not mention a single name of a single recipient of a single wasted dollar by the American government. They both tried to tell scary sounding stories, corrupt sounding stories, with Elon Musk referring to an unnamed woman who he claims gained a net worth of $30 million just while working for the federal government. And Elon Musk could not imagine how that could happen on a government salary. Now, let's just presume for a moment that there is such a woman whose net worth actually increased to $30 million while working for the federal government. Elon Musk said, we're just curious as to where it came from. Where does it come from? And I think the reality is that they're getting wealthy at the taxpayer expense. Everything about Elon Musk and Donald Trump's lying today resides in that statement. Elon Musk first asked the question of how could a woman possibly increase her net worth by $30 million while working on a government salary? Ask Melania Trump. Ask any one of Donald Trump's wives how you increase your net worth without earning the money. But Detective Musk, on the basis of absolutely nothing, firmly believes that mythical government worker, who I promise you does not exist and will never be found to exist, is, quote, getting wealthy at the taxpayer's expense. That's the detective solving the crime. And that is the way Detective Musk solves the crime. He just guesses.
What's funny about all of this is because anybody with a set of eyes can just go to the website and look at all the evidence. It's all right there. All of it. Everything they're finding. They're extraordinarily transparent with everything that's going on. But this guy in his crackpot lunatic world over here, he zooms in on this lady who, by the way, just to knock that argument down, we do have privacy laws against just, naming people outright. We have laws against those things, so you can't just go naming people on TV. It's just a ridiculous idea what this guy's doing, right? But we have those questions for a lot of people, and he says, oh, well, look to Melania Trump. Well, yeah, her husband happens to be a billionaire. So, of course, her net worth is going to go up, as does his. They're married. What are you talking about, my guy? Plus, he kind of shoots away from that by saying, the people that haven't earned the money. Well, that's not what the question was it? It was about a lady on a government salary earning having her net worth go up by millions on a government salary. That was the question. Obviously, he's seen some evidence that you haven't. Right? This guy's ignoring all the evidence. Where is all this evidence? Well, check this out.
Especially to all of you in the media, because I think it's a real fallacy that there's this alleged lack of transparency when it comes to Doge. President Trump and Elon Musk have been incredibly transparent on what Doge is doing. There is an X account with the Doge handle. They are tweeting out what they are doing on a daily basis. They have a website where they are posting the receipts of the contracts that they are reviewing and the payments that they have stopped from going out the door. The secretaries of our departments have stopped from going out the door. And I would also say that before it was Elon Musk making our government efficient and accountable, it was some unnamed bureaucrat that none of you knew. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. He's also now one of the most highly scrutinized men in the world alongside President Trump because of what he's doing and the access that he is allowing. So there's great transparency. As for the actual receipts, we are happy to provide them, and I actually brought some today because all of you know I love to bring the receipts. We have contracts upon contracts that we can send and provide this information to you. Let me be very clear. We are not trying to hide anything. We have been incredibly transparent, and we will continue to be. These are screenshots of contracts that Doge found across our government. This is a DEI contract, $36,000 for U.S. citizenship and immigration services. That is against the president's policies and his America First agenda. This is a $3.4 million contract, a Council for Inclusive Innovation at the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, Department of Commerce, another DEI contract that Doge identified. I can continue to go through these. Oh, I love this one, $57,000 for climate change in Sri Lanka. What is this doing to continue the interests of the American people? Absolutely nothing. These are the line items across the federal government that Doge is identifying daily. They're moving very fast. There's a lot of paper that we can show you, but we're happy to do it. This administration has been more than transparent about what Doge is doing.
So there you go. You could take the time, as I did, to go to their X profile, and you can scroll through and you can see everything that's going on right there. Go to their website. You can see everything that's going on right there. Now, it is not incumbent upon you to believe it because, just because you don't believe it doesn't mean that it's not true. And just because you guys over here sitting in your freaking ivory tower don't want to take the time to go look at all the evidence, you just want to knock the man that's knocking down the federal government. You just want to go in and attack him as being evil and only self-interested in himself. However that's possible. Self-interested in himself, that's really egocentric if you ask me. But these people over here, they just want to ignore this, and they want to say, oh, he's taking away the humanitarian aid from everybody. They keep on repeating this talking point, but you know what? Yeah, it's just not true, is it? As a matter of fact, it's not. And I've said this 1,000 times. We didn't cover that news article, but you can go read the news, my guy. Like, this guy is supposed to be a news presenter. He's supposed to be, right, it's opinion, so of course it's going to have his left-wing bias. But it's just crazy how they get up in front of television, stone-faced, and just blatantly lie, calling other people liars for doing. It's like, what crackpot reality are you living in, my guy, that you can get up there stone-faced, cold-blooded lying to everybody? And what I find funny about all this, you go look at the comments of these videos, and there's people just like, this is nuts, this is insane, Elon Musk is evil, Donald Trump is evil, our democracy has come to an end. And I'm reading through this stuff, and I'm like, holy crap. Like, these people have a platform that they're supposed to be information spreaders, right? I know this isn't a factual news program, and I guess it was never intended to be, because it's not even anywhere near a factual news program. They don't even really give any facts. Everything is a delusional dream world coming from MSNBC, it seems like. Well, like, once again, with all these places, they do have certain people that do give out news, right? But it's not this guy. It's not Rachel Maddow. It's not the popular people that most everybody watches. It's just insane. But what's even more insane about all this, he goes on to focus in, and he gets laser focused on this. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what he says in response to a clip from the Oval Office. They filmed Donald Trump and Elon Musk when they were discussing some stuff that Doge is finding. I'm going to show you what he responds first and just see how insane and deranged this is. And then I'll show you what he's responding to afterwards. This is absolutely nuts, y'all. Check this out.
The child actually moves toward Donald Trump, saying something to him. And Donald Trump turns away. And you watch the child back off, knowing what just happened. What would Joe Biden have done? What would Barack Obama have done? What would George W. Bush have done? What would Bill Clinton have done? What would any president you've seen in that chair have done? Donald Trump turns away from the 4-year-old. And then when the 4-year-old continues to speak, Donald Trump reaches out to try to silence him, and he fails. No previous president ever once considered blocking food from being delivered to starving 4-year-olds in a famine, as Donald Trump and Elon Musk have done by stopping the United States Agency for International Development, the most important deliverer of famine relief in Sudan right now, where people are starving to death tonight. Many presidents have struggled to deliver food to hungry people in war zones, but they never gave up that struggle, no matter how difficult. How can a person feel nothing when taking food away from starving children, from starving people? That's what I've been wondering about Elon Musk and Donald Trump since they decided to do that, since they decided to snatch that food away from children. And so when I watched Donald Trump in the Oval Office today, I wondered, how can a person feel nothing when a 4-year-old approaches him? Who turns away from a 4-year-old approaching him? Your friend's 4-year-old comes walking towards you, saying something to you, and you turn away? Have you ever done that? Have you ever seen anyone do that?
You know, it's funny. Well, you'll see why this is so funny, but he does ask the question, would Biden have done that? No, Biden would have grabbed the kid and started sniffing the kid. That's what Biden would have done, absolutely. Right? But you would think that this is some kind of crazy interaction, that Donald Trump just shuns the kid away. And then what I find so funny, and the reason I threw that back up there, is because he still is continuing this, oh, well, they're not sending humanitarian aid. There's starving children in Sudan. People are going to die tonight from starvation. Just stone-faced telling you this, knowing it's a blatant lie. Knowing that what he's saying is not true, and that he is misleading everybody that watches that program. He is absolutely misleading these people, and he does not care. He sits in his ivory tower and just looks down upon everybody. That's what I don't get about this. He's acting on behalf of the small guy while sitting in his ivory tower saying, look at me, I am taking up for you, I am your voice. It's not my voice, but he's lying in the process. Blatantly lying. Like he's lying so much, he's living in a delusional dream world. Now I'm going to show you the clip right quick of the actual interaction, and y'all let me know down in the comments if his response was worth it.
Elon, go ahead.
Sure. So at a high level, if you say what is the goal of Doge, and I think a significant part of the presidency is to restore democracy. This may seem like, well, are we in a democracy? Well, if you don't have a feedback loop, okay, X, we would have to, if you sorry. So, tell you, gravitas can be difficult sometimes.
It's a cute interaction if you ask me, but, the kid's trying to emulate his dad over here. What Donald Trump does, he's looking over, and you can see the kid starts talking, so what does Donald Trump do? Stone-faced and looks forward to kind of show the kid to shut up, right? Like, stop talking, we need to pay attention and look at the cameras. That was what I got from it, but, Lawrence O'Donnell over here, he got something totally different, started invoking these people dying in a famine over here in Sudan. Like, where? What? Why? How? How did you derive that from that interaction, my guy? But once again, it's like, have you ever interacted with somebody that was living a paranoid delusion? Like a serious, paranoid schizophrenic or something like that. Somebody over here talking to their toaster, asking their toaster, if they're in control of their own processes, right? It's like, they're always trying to say, oh, the government's out to get me, or the toaster is out to get me, blah, 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 whatever. If you've ever had an interaction with a paranoid schizophrenic, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that's what I'm getting from this guy. That's what I get from a lot of leftists. They start talking about all this deranged nonsense that just... It's like Looney Tunes, man. It just doesn't make any sense, and I just don't get it. And it's a shame that these people get paid millions of dollars a year to get in front of a camera and lie and somehow portray what's going on in their delusional brain world over here. And what's funny about that is I will have people come down in the comment section of this video and call me crazy. I'm lying. I'm evil. Blah, 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 blah. And I feel pity for you people. I'm not gonna lie. All you people that are so anti-MAGA and anti all this, I just wonder how you guys can live with yourselves knowing that you're standing up for corruption. You're standing up for all this nonsense going on in the government, this waste, fraud, and abuse that we have been uncovering by the droves. Once again, the very first stone we look under, we start finding all this nonsense payments going on over here. Then the leftist media gets into a frenzy over all of this, and it gotta make you wonder, why are they doing it? Why are they coming out so hard? It's like, it can't be just because of something Donald Trump does. We wouldn't have this much of a reaction over it if it was just something they didn't like, right? Because Donald Trump does a lot of stuff. Donald Trump does a lot, and they don't like anything he does, and we never get this sort of reaction. We never get this sort of reaction. This is a monumental reaction coming from these people. They have all flipped and turned in lockstep, and they are all repeating the same talking points over and over and over again. He's stopping humanitarian aid. Oh, we got President Elon Musk over here. Blah, 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 blah. When that couldn't be further from the truth. These people just blatantly lie and don't bat a freaking eyelid in doing so. And I just can't see how, we can come together on anything at this point. How do you find common ground with these people at this point when they live in a delusional dream world? How do you find common ground with somebody who's on another planet, for crying out loud? Right? This is what we want. This is what politics has, historically been about. We have differences of opinion, but we can come together, we find common ground, and we work out those ideas, right? We focus on what we agree on and then work out the differences later. How do you find common ground with somebody who is living in a delusional dream world? I don't understand these people whatsoever. We knew we were going to get a reaction like this, but I didn't think it was going to be this severe. I didn't think they was going to blatantly lie to the extent that they are. It's blowing my mind, y'all. Like really seriously. I watched the very first Doge Committee hearing this afternoon, and I was actually kind of surprised. A couple of Democrats actually got up there and said, they actually asked genuine questions, blah, blah, blah. How can we fix this? How can we fix that? As a matter of fact, that clip at the beginning of the video, that's where I got it from. Her whole 5 minutes was spent ranting about President Elon Musk and what's going on. Humanitarian aid nonsense, blah, blah, blah. Total delusional dream world nonsense. Like most Democrats were doing that. But once again, not all Democrats are insane. Not all Democrats are created equally, if you will. So those people, those are the ones to watch out for. Those are the ones we need to work with, because at least they are concerned about where this country is going. They are concerned about the fraud, waste, and abuse in our government, in our country, that the federal government has been abusing you for forever, for a very long time. They've been abusing the goodwill of the taxpayers of this country, knowing that we vote these people to go represent our interests, and they haven't been doing that. It blows my mind as to the people that actually get out and go vote. They take time out of their day to go vote their elected representatives into office and have no idea what they're voting on. They had no idea they were voting for all of this nonsense garbage spending. And that's what they were voting on. Because once again, like I always say, Congress is the most powerful institution in this country. They hold the strings to the purse. They can cut off all of this funding. They could have cut off all of this funding a long time ago. But Congress has allowed for this to take place. They have allowed for the debt to spiral out of control. $37 trillion. They have allowed for all of this. I mean, we could sit back, we could blame Trump for, his first term, for adding $7 trillion to the debt, sure. We could blame Biden for doing the exact same thing, putting us even more in a hole. We could blame Obama. We could blame Bush, Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Nixon, Ford. We could go back a long ways, y'all. We could go back a really long ways, blaming the executive branch. But that blame would absolutely be misplaced. Absolutely be misplaced, because it is incumbent upon Congress. They have the oversight power. If they want to audit all of these agencies, they can absolutely do so. And if they are not satisfied with that audit, they could do what Doge is doing. Absolutely. If they're not satisfied with what they see, if they think they are being blocked by these agencies and not allowed to see what they want to see, they could have, at any point in time over the past 50 years, cut funding off to any and all of these federal agencies outright. But they don't do that because they don't care. They are in on it. A lot of these people are in on it. They are enriching themselves. That's why I just don't understand how these people get voted back into office, y'all. I really don't get it. I never will, I don't think. It just, once again, it blows my mind. But I think I've rambled on for long enough on this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comments section. Y'all don't forget to smash that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new around here. And share this video anywhere and everywhere you can. Share the channel, as a matter of fact. That'd be even better. You can click on the link, copy the link, and go paste that link anywhere and everywhere you can. People could come find out, get good information. I know that I'm competing with a lot of much bigger pundits out there, but, you know, hopefully I can offer something you guys like. But that's all I got on this one, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.